Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshe traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Peace, family. We are live. Hold on. Let me get situated. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. We are in Senegal. Cameras off though, but we are in Senegal, in Dakar, having a great time eating yassa chicken and cheb jin and the best jollof rice in the world right here in Senegal. Don't let the Nigerians or Ghanaians tell that tomato. See, there's jollof rice and then there's rice with tomato paste in it. See, that's the difference between Senegal and Ghana and Nigeria. Again, there's jollof rice and there's just rice with a bunch of pepper and tomato paste in it. See, I'm Nigerian as well. And see, that rice is nothing but pepper with tomato paste in it. And so that's the difference between the jollof rice and that tomato paste rice with pepper over in Ghana and Nigeria. But anyways, hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Got a couple of announcements. Again, we're here in Senegal right now. Man, I love Senegal. This is just an absolutely beautiful country. Y'all gotta come to Senegal. Come with us in next May. So again, we'll be rolling again in May. And for the Jazz Festival, so we're here for the Jazz Festival. We're heading to St. Louis, or as the locals call it, Nar. That's the original name for it before the French called it St. Louis. So we are headed to St. Louis on Friday for the Jazz Festival. Gonna have a great time there. And then, okay. So in August 2nd to the 11th, we're going to Nigeria for the Oshun Festival. If you're interested in joining, please visit danfo.africa. Again, if you're interested in joining, please visit danfo, danfo.africa to learn more. We are also rolling to, where else we going, y'all? Where else we going? Zanzibar in September, Kenya in September as well. Ghana, Ivory Coast in November, as well as Sierra Leone in November as well. So if you're interested in joining, please visit danfo.africa. Again, please visit danfo.africa to learn more. That's the site, y'all. Subscribe to the newsletter. I will call you When you subscribe to the newsletter, you will get a call from me. So yeah, come and join us on one of the experiences. Uh, without further ado, yeah, we gotta talk about France. France is in East Africa now recruiting. They got kicked out of the Sahel and trying to stay relevant in Africa because, of course, we know France. They got the Ivory Coast, they got Benin. Hell, you might as well say Nigeria as well. So trying to make up for what happened, them getting kicked out of the Sahel, they're now have their sights set on East Africa. So Macron, the president of France, is on a begging campaign in East Africa to recruit. And now it's trying to rebrand itself during the summit with African heads of states in Kenya. So I think African heads of state went to Kenya, to Nairobi, to meet with Macron to discuss, I guess Macron's pledging some money to them, but as we know, ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing free. But yeah, let's jump into this.
France has new branding for its relationship with Africa.
Et en effet, c'est un continent que je ne veux plus que la France regarde d'un côté comme étant un précaré.
We are now in the era of what France calls Africa Forward. Military bases are now called security partnerships. Aid is framed in terms as solidarity and investment. And the France-Africa summits, held since 1973, have in recent years been renamed as the Africa-France summits, with Africa shown the courtesy of being named first. France's colonial legacy in the continent is one of violence, domination, and extraction. And under its unofficial policy, known as Françafrique, France continued a system of military, economic, and political control over its former colonies. In recent years, though, 7 African countries have expelled French troops or closed military bases. But the impact of France's colonial days continues to be felt today. Several former French colonies rank among the poorest in the world. Even those that do relatively well, like Algeria and Morocco, aren't among the largest African economies. France also significantly influences the monetary policy of 14 of its former colonies in West and Central Africa through the CFA franc, a currency pegged to the euro and guaranteed by Paris. And France has long been accused of extracting resources from its former colonies and meddling with internal politics to ensure friendly heads of state. By choosing Nairobi instead of Paris for this latest summit, France is trying to show it's ready for a fresh start. Out with the old Françafrique and in with Africa Forward. French President Emmanuel Macron has been meeting around 30 African heads of state in Nairobi, discussing topics like innovation, partnerships, and investments. But a military agreement between Nairobi and Paris, signed in 2025, may suggest what France is really after. The agreement grants 800 French soldiers diplomatic-style immunity while training members of the Kenyan Defense Forces in the port city of Mombasa. France calls it a security partnership. Critics call it neo-colonialism. Françafrique under a new name. They point out that France issues more deportation orders than other European countries, up to 35,000 people a year, mostly from former colonies. But that's no longer called deportation. Instead, France calls it concerted management of migration flows. Historically, Françafrique was also a cultural project. By 2025, 85% of French speakers in the world are expected to be African. And French officials have been open about how Africa's French speakers are seen as giving France an edge over other countries.
We also have something that China doesn't have. We have a huge diaspora, and this is actually a source of opportunities for France.
It's clear that France wants to try something new. The thing is, many observers say Long after the Africa Front Summit has ended, it's unlikely the same will be said for Francafrique.
Yeah, guys, links to the chat room if you want to call in early and chop it up. Shout out to BMW boys. Big up Dinah Senegal Jollof is amazing. I ate a whole tray of Senegal Jollof rice. That joint too good. Yeah. Yeah, it's off the chain, man. It's by far the best jollof rice in the world. They just kicked out Russia and parts of their local Mali regions. Yeah, there's so much. So I'm here in Senegal, and I was talking to my Senegalese friend today, and I'm gonna get other opinions on it. But to be honest with you, some of the Senegalese, they don't like the direction that Mali's going in. They think their leaders are young and inexperienced, including Traore. And then when Mali kicked France out, from what I was told, Senegal also had soldiers in Mali, and they removed them as well. And the reason why Senegal has not been getting involved in with what's going on in the AES is because the AES, for the most part, kicked Senegal out as well. So Senegal's kind of on that they just go mind their own business. And that's what I was told by one person. Again, that's wrong. That's one person. But I'm gonna ask some other people in here in Senegal to get their opinion on the AES and the direction how they feel about the direction that the AES is going in. But yeah, that's what I was told. So that's what's going on. So yeah, they fear visa denials by France. Remember, low self-esteem diners. Europe is 7, according to some Africans in their leadership. Okay, I guess if that's how you want to interpret it, I guess. But link is in the chat room if you want to call in and add to the convo. You're more than welcome to call in and add to the convo. But yeah, Senegal is beautiful. Like the hotel we're at right now, you can hear the water right now just crashing. Like, so my balcony is right on the Atlantic Ocean, and you can hear just the waves. Like, it's so peaceful and beautiful. This is life, man. This is living. Like, this is living. So yeah, France is a vampire in African continent. The sooner we realize this globally, the better. Okay, no, you're correct, but I wonder what these African leaders in Kenya, what they're. I mean, they showed they got summoned. I mean, basically, whenever whenever a European or American leader has these summits, is like summit. It's a summit. So they're getting summoned. Basically to be told, listen, this is what we want, this is what we're gonna do, and what's up? So Tinubu is in Kenya for the Africa France Summit. France wants to do business with the African continent. Macron presents France as the ethical partner with Africa. Oh my God, stop it. Kenya France, Kenya signed nearly $1 billion deals as Macron turns to Ruto after Sahel. Oh, that's interesting.
Look, a ticking clock that her old scale couldn't.
France is trying to rewrite its Africa playbook. After years of military setbacks and expulsions across the Sahel, French President Emmanuel Macron has now turned east to Kenya, where Paris is attempting its biggest African reset in years.
I got a question. Whenever Africans show up to Europe, do they roll out the red carpet? I mean, whenever these African leaders show up to Europe, do they roll out the red carpet? And does the French have dancers dancing for them? Like, I mean, they're like French dancers, like on the tarmac with a red carpet, like dancing for the African leaders when they show up. Oh, that's just the question I have.
Was the scene in Nairobi this morning as the French president was welcomed by the sights and sounds of traditional Kenyan dance and music. Macron arrived in Nairobi after finishing his first leg of the tour in Egypt. The centerpiece of Macron's visit to Kenya is the Africa Forward Summit in Nairobi. For the first time since the summit was established in 1973, the gathering is being held in an English-speaking country. Over 30 African leaders and thousands of entrepreneurs gathered for the summit, and the results have been immediate. More than 11 agreements were signed during the visit, including more than $800 million directed toward modernizing the port of Mombasa. Nearly $100 million deal has been signed to improve Nairobi's commuter rail network, and a major expansion of Kenya's second largest wind farm, the Meridian, has also been inked.
Nos engagements démontrent aussi que
our commitments also demonstrate that France is leveraging its expertise in sectors critical to Kenya's growth and innovation: energy, digital, and transportation infrastructure, which are your priorities. That is why French companies are investing in and believing in Kenya's potential.
We can speak for ourselves as Africans. And I want to say, and to congratulate President Macron for having the courage to recalibrate the relationship between Africa and France, to make it more inclusive. It's not about Anglophone, Francophone.
Macron says the old system of French political and military dominance in its former colonies, often known as a Francofrique, is over. Now, he says that France is now trying to rebrand itself as a business partner, not a post-colonial power. Macron also took a direct aim at China's growing dominance in Africa's mineral sector. He accused Beijing of creating dependencies by extracting African resources and processing them abroad. At the same time, Macron acknowledged that Africa is no longer France's backyard.
This is a continent that I no longer want France to view as its own private domain, where business leaders would, in a sense, have all the rights or have all contracts guaranteed to them simply because it was Francophone Africa. That is over. Since 2017, that era has come to an end.
But this summit is about far more than trade. It is about geopolitics. East Africa sits along some of the world's most important shipping lanes. With Houthi attacks disrupting the Red Sea and with global trade routes under pressure due to the war in Iran, the Indian Ocean has now become a strategic frontline for supply chains. This shift to Kenya is no accident. After French troops were forced out of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, Paris is desperate for partnerships. Macron is now looking toward nations that he views as economically open and strategically vital to global trade. For Paris, Kenya offers something the Sahel no longer does: access without open hostility. Kenyan President William Ruto embraced the shift. Ruto positioned Kenya as a gateway for investment, security, and regional diplomacy. And that position matters. Kenya is already a major Western security partner. It works closely with the United States and with Britain. It is also involved in the Haiti security mission, and it has emerged as a key diplomatic player in Sudan and in the Horn of Africa.
We understand as African leaders that we too have responsibilities. This relationship is not going to be one-sided. We will be expecting from France as they will be expecting from us. And they will be giving as much as we are giving. That is the win-win.
All right, let me read this super chat real quick. Baboliko 9354, thank you for $5 holla. Africans don't need France to summons them. Why they don't go and have their own union? What is wrong with these people? They need the money, man. I guess I don't know. At this point, I just don't know. I wish I had an answer.
Mutually beneficial relationship. I am among the people who have been saying I'm neither facing west or east, I'm facing forward. But now you're telling me forward is south. So I will improve. I will now know what to say.
Hi, my name is Liam Neeson. It's hard to explain what
Analysts say this is part of a much larger French repositioning, a shift away from countries where France's military presence became politically toxic toward countries where its footprint is more economic and less historically loaded.
Feel like a rebranding of how France is positioning itself on the continent. So it's moving away from some of its former colonial powers, security partners, towards countries where it has more of a different footprint.
But questions about France's long-term role in Africa remain. Anti-French sentiment in West Africa was driven not only by their colonial baggage, but also by deeper security failures and economic influence. And even now, Macron is trying to repair the relations with France's former colonies. The French president said that he hopes to reset ties with Algeria after months.
The past few months have caused a great deal of harm to both Algeria and France. It is not in our interest to pursue this course of action or to adopt certain domestic political stances.
But besides trade, investment, and colonial past, there were also lighter moments during the visit. Macron was seen jogging through Nairobi with marathon legend Eliud Kipchoge. But the French president's no-nonsense side also made an appearance when he suddenly stopped a youth event, calling out attendees for talking during a speech.
Excuse me, everybody. Hey. I'm sorry, guys. But it's impossible to speak about culture, to have people like that super inspired coming here, making a speech with such a noise. So this is a total lack of respect. So I suggest, if you want to have bilaterals or speak about something else, you have bilateral rooms or you go outside. If you want to stay here, we listen to the people and we play in the same game, okay? Thank you.
Macron's tour now moves to Ethiopia and the African Union headquarters. But the tone has been set in Nairobi. France is now actively trying to reposition itself in Africa's orbit, trying to compete for relevance. But a continent where Russia is expanding security ties and China continues to dominate infrastructure, the bigger question here is, can Paris really rebrand its role on the continent? Or is Africa already moving into a post-French era?
The countdown begins.
You got a lot of background noise, man.
Yeah, Donis, how many times are we going to get tricked with these people? These people ain't got nothing to give us. Ruto is talking about, we're going to give as much as they're going to give us. What France is going to give you, Ruto? Like, I'm tired. Like, I talk about this. I'm starting to get a headache with African leaders, man. Like, I'm starting to lose my mind. They don't got none to give you guys. You guys got everything. Just work with each other. France is going to do the same thing he does in the Sahel. Wait, it's coming. He's going to come there where he's going to give you military and then bring in the proxy people to come in and see. It's crazy, Donis. It's crazy. I just want to know that it's African. All these leaders is really going to sit down there and go to France and go to Nairobi, seeing what France has done in the Sahel, and sit down there saying they are a good partner. They are a good partner. Where in the Sahel is so good that France did good to be a good partner? Where? And we keep on talking about the same thing over and over and over and over again, Donis, and it's ridiculous. Like, Ruto got to go. He got to go. He's a pure sellout for the Europeans. When the stuff was going on in Iran, he was.
Babalika, you keep going in and out. You're on your.
You hear me, Donis?
I hear you now, but we lost you.
Yeah. He talking about all this nonsense that's going on in Sahel. Like, let me be real, Donis. And nothing France is gonna do there. France, Britain, and all of them, they're not gonna do nothing. That's why they're still calling for the release of Bazoum, because they want all the materials underneath the ground. That's all it is. That's all they want. All they want is the materials under the ground. They don't care about the African people, because if you care about the African people, you wouldn't send all these terrorism to go there to kill the people, children, granny, nephew, all people has lost a lot in Africa because of these colonizers, man. And Africa is, and I'm not saying Africa is not to blame for some of these things. Some of these reasons to blame, because they keep taking the bait over and over again. Like, I'm shocked to see Botswana president there. What is he doing there? He's the one that talks big. These guys, they talk big talks and nothing behind it. Nothing behind it. They talk, it's time for us to think our diamonds, time for us to do this, but you there sitting down. And you was one of the places that France is looking to talk about to get uranium from. So who knows if you probably done make the deal already with. You know what I'm saying? African leaders is not standing with each other, man. They love the West. They're clapping. You run up on stage and take the mic talking about, everybody, be quiet. Who the hell you think you is? And this is a problem. And people are clapping that. They're clapping France. They're clapping Macron and his nonsense. When a black people is going to start to love each other and start to work with each other and leave these people out of it. These people don't care about you. Trump said he's going to go to the Arctic down there in Greenland, and all them Europeans team up together and say, nope, he's not going to do that. They team up. They team up. When is Africans going to team up together? The same things over and over and over and over again with these puppet leaders, Ruto, and I'm calling all of them out. Ivory Coast president, Nigeria president, Ruto, all of them. Uganda president, you want to send troops to Israel. Meanwhile, your brother in the DRC is suffering. You won't send not one troop in the DRC, but you want to send troops to Iran, to Israel. It's nonsense, man. Like these leaders, The youths got to rise up and kick these leaders out of there. They are the downfall of Africa. That's why. I was watching a video done that asked, which is the poorest country? Everybody's saying Africa. Which is not even a country, but everybody's saying Africa. Africa is the poorest continent, the one that got the most of everything, gold, uranium, everything is the poorest. No, it's a lie. But it looks like that because the leaders are failing Africa, man. Look at what Ruto is doing. Look at what he's doing. It's a shame. You know, I'm just sad, man, to see that we gained the same thing over. If it's slavery over again, we would have been slave. If it's slavery all over again, Ruto and them would have sell us out. I'm telling you, they would have put us on another boat. It's the same thing over and over again. And, you know, that's it, man. I'm just tired of this nonsense, man. Y'all could talk, man. It's ridiculous.
Go ahead, Taraka.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, Dennis, what the title that you put out, what does it mean? What did you mean the Sahel collapse? What does that mean?
No, I meant France. They're being kicked out of the Sahel.
Okay. I was thinking that's what you meant because kicked out, and that's that the word is. My thing is, how does, Africans, Black people in general, are making me confused, I think, right? Because they see that the West is collapsing, but still yet, some of these Africans, right? And when I mean some, only maybe 3 to 5 countries is making any damn sense. Countries like Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria, and so forth and so on. Why do they insist on hanging on to these colonial enslaved? I don't know what to call these people no more because I call them all the name already. Right? Why do they insist on just hanging on? Just hanging on. What is this about these effing people that they see? Is it the Jesus syndrome? What is it? Right? What is it? They see everything that is not like you could hide stuff anymore, right? Everything is open in the open. Everything is in the open. You can't hide nothing no more. So what is it that they see that they have to hang on to a dying place? France is dying. The rest of Europe is dying. Our own fucking country here in America is goddamn dying. Right? But they want to hang. They don't want to see anything new. They just want to hang on, even though it's right in the goddamn face. This is what's going on. But they still, I don't know how to even approach this anymore because these people will not stop. What does these people have? What does enslavers, right? What does colonizers have over these people, right? They're ready to throw Russia under the bus, Iran, all kind of different countries that never got involved in slavery or colonization, right? But after everything that happened for the past 400 goddamn years, right? These people still want to hang on to these goddamn people. I myself, I give up, bro. Look what's going on in South Africa. Look what is going on in South Africa, right? In Uganda, the president, the president's son said he want to go to Israel, right? I help fight with Israel, right? To take out Iran. They said they could take out Iran in no time. Right? He's ready to send thousands of people to Iran, right? And he's going to take them out. Fucking Israel and America can't do shit with Iran. But this slave is ready to go send people to Iran. What a pathetic bunch of fucking people. Huh? What a pathetic. These fucking idiots is in getting ready to build a statue of Netanyahu brother in Uganda. Right? Did you hear about that, Dinas?
Hold on. So the one that was killed in the raid is,
Right.
they want to build a statue for him?
They're going to build a statue, fucking statue. All right? Don't you see these fucking people are deranged? Huh? 90% of black people in the world are fucking deranged. Okay? They are deranged. They have a deep psychological shit in their head. That's what I'm seeing right now. A deep no, they don't want to break free. They want to hang on to this effing shit. Right? They want to hang on to this shit. The people that gave them Christianity, the people that gave them Islam, they want to hang on to it. They curse our spiritual religion, right? But they want to hang on to the enslaved shit. I don't get these effing people, bro. I effing give up. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, go ahead, Nigel.
Greetings, Dinas. Thanks for having me. Greetings, everyone on the panel and the chat, and to the viewers. I saw some videos of Macron, how he was talking and addressing the audience in Kenya recently. I don't think what he's doing is wrong when you look at it from the point of view of his country. That is what he's supposed to do, to make sure if they lose one leg, they use the other leg to try to steady themselves. And this idea that the West is falling, I think what is happening is basically the rest of the world has a chance to rise, which includes Africa. That's all it is. It's not that they are falling. They are not falling. If you look at history, it suggests that superpowers of the past tend to endure for a very, very long time. You imagine Rome existed 2,000 years ago, and it still exists today just fine. The Ottoman Turkish people are still relatively strong today. They are still some of the leading countries in the world today. Even Iran is one of them. So they tend to endure. The question you have to ask yourself is, what does that mean for us? Are we rising? And some people will suggest that we are rising. You can see some move within on the continent, economical and cultural changes that you can say, okay, there is a bit of a move here, but we've seen it in the 60s and 70s before. For me, that is not strategic, and that is a real core of the problem. We tend to rise economically, we tend to become more, globally recognized culturally, but not strategically. We are still nowhere to be found in any of those places. So for me, what France is doing right now, they are just doing what they do best. And I have to say this thing about Europeans. They are very, very humble when it comes to seeking power. They don't care how they have to bend over, pretend as if France is a major power. People should forget that. And militarily, they are one of the most successful countries in the world. People don't know that too. All people remember is the Second World War. When the French go to war, the amount of wars they've won, it outranks almost every other group in the world.
What war France won? What war France have won?
Check their history. Go and check the wars they fought. All the ones they
just shut the hell up, bro. You're an idiot.
I'm just telling you the truth. If you don't want to hear it,
you don't know what you're talking about.
You're the goddamn problem. Shut the hell up, man.
What is wrong with you guys, man? Come on, calm down. I'm just telling you the truth.
Stop with the bullshit.
Out of town, how France won war?
I'm telling you the truth.
Where war France have won? Tell me.
Is that,
give me the facts. Give me the facts.
You see the Africans them in French army? Did you see the Africans them in French army?
You don't know what you're talking about, man.
Are you an idiot?
Can you calm down?
What war France have won?
The slave mind, man.
Get off of the slave ship.
Shut up.
See, we see what I'm telling you. I wish it was not true. The way you are hearing it,
which was not true. Stop.
France won the war, but in Burkina Faso, 60% of the terrorists are running the running the country when France was here. Stop lying to yourselves, man. Stop coming here and lie to the people. You guys are the problem and what's going on in Africa, you know.
Yes, this Nigerian
You hold our heads are the problem, man.
See how they're interrupting me. Maybe something is going on
He's
here.
a dummy, bro.
You're talking nonsense.
Calm down. I'm trying to say that you have to know the beast you are dealing with here. You're not dealing with. You see, this is the thing our people do. We think we understand these people very well. We don't.
You don't understand them,
tonight. How little you do. You don't know them. You just think you do.
You don't know them, tonight. You don't know them.
You will not be prepared. You go and try to confront them, and you find out that there's things way greater than you imagine.
Just like Iran confronted them. Just like Iran confronted them.
See,
just like Iran.
You see France in there.
You were one of them. You were one of them that said Iran wasn't shit.
That's the thing people don't understand. You see France in that war.
France have won war. Let them go on the Strait of Hormuz. Why did them go and
why did they go to the Strait of Hormuz?
Why did they go and help? Go and help America to open the Strait of Hormuz. And there's no power.
France tend to sit there tonight. You don't know shit.
France won a war. France won a war.
This is exactly why we lose. Because you don't know the people you are dealing with.
Niger, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. France sent a ship. France was sending a ship. Iran said to turn that shit around. Iran said to turn that shit around, slave.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Iran said to turn the ship around. France tried to send a ship. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he don't know what's going on.
He's an idiot.
He don't know what's going on. He's just an idiot. He's
trying to send a ship.
Oh my
God.
Nobody could go into the Strait,
man. You got children in France. You got people living in France. You got cousins in France. That's why you're talking about this nonsense. You talking nonsense.
What did France did? France didn't do shit.
I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised.
A surprise of what? A surprise of what?
What I'm saying is basic fact.
You're not saying any facts, Niger. No, you are wrong. You are 100% wrong.
You want to get rid of a beast.
You are wrong. You're 100% wrong, Niger. They ain't shit. The French ain't shit.
Okay, let me just finish my submission. So
finish what?
Come on, man. You are going to allow me finish talking.
You was one of them that said America was going to beat Iran. You was one of them. You were one of them.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You were one of them. It's recorded.
See, if what I'm saying is false, it's not going to harm you.
But Niger, admit that you were one of them that said Iran was going to lose this war. You said that.
I said Iran was going to lose the war.
Yes, you said it. It's recorded.
You misremembered me.
It's recorded. All of you all said it. 90% of you.
I said Iran was going to lose
the war. You said it, Iran. Stop lying. You said Iran was going to lose the war. All of you.
The best I can tell you about the war was that I don't necessarily know how it's going to end. And anybody that thinks that they know how this is going to end,
I'm going to tell you how it's going to end. I'll tell you how it's going to end.
I would have finished by now. Tahaka, you already spoke. Now, come on.
Fucking people, man.
Let me just see what I'm saying. All I was saying was
fucking slaves on the goddamn thing,
see, come on. If you call me that,
finish your sentence, bro. Use a slave, bro. Finish your sentence.
Call me what you want to call me.
Use a slave.
My point is that if you want to deal with an enemy, the art of war, what they said is know thy enemy. And one of our gravest mistakes is that we don't tend to know our enemy a lot. Most of us have not even bothered to study the French and their history and the power that they wield. We just think that they wield power over Africans, and that is the end of it. The French have power even in the US. They helped found helped US get independence. You guys don't know how deep this thing is.
What did Haiti do? Did Haiti help? Did Haiti help?
What I'm saying.
Did Haiti help?
They helped Haiti defeat the English. They helped Haiti.
France helped Haiti? Okay, get off the fucking panel now, bro. You're an idiot. Get off. Get off.
Be quiet.
Get off. France, you gonna tell me? I'm from Jamaica, bro.
Stop being childish about it.
You gonna tell me?
Because they
Tunaja.
Use a goddamn fool.
Where the French defeated Haiti with Napoleon leading the troops?
Are you stupid?
I'm asking you, Tunaja, where the French defeated Haiti with Napoleon leading the troops? Yes or no?
No. When when Napoleon fought the French too, other European allies also helped Haiti to defeat. This is how the game
Okay,
is.
okay, Tunaja, when the German moved to France, did General de Gaulle run away and imply all these colonies to come help the African colony to come help them fight the German?
I didn't know this one.
Okay, go listen. You guys are not. You
Very simple.
listen, Tunaja. Listen. Let me make this point before you finish. I want the Anglophone African to listen to this. You guys don't know the French. But when we listen to you guys, we know you don't know them. You didn't even know about that. Now, General de Gaulle, he ran away. He was a coward. He ran away from the German. You see what I'm saying? And he relied heavily on the African troops to help French fight. And when they won the war, you know where the African troop, where they put the African troops? They were nowhere to be found. They hide them from the French people, so they don't see them. That's how these people move. So all these battles that you are talking about, they didn't win them by themselves, bro. They did not.
They didn't win. Two people win the war. Black people from America, from the Caribbean, from Africa, won the war along with Russia, the main country. These are the two entities that won this goddamn war.
Yeah. See, so you understand that sometimes, like the way Ukraine is now fighting Russia, America helps Ukraine against Russia. That is the context I'm talking about. In the past, what has occurred in the past. This is why I keep saying you need to study your enemies.
You need to study. You need to study.
What?
You don't know shit.
Talk about the French. The Sahel knows the French very well. We fought them. Our great grandfather fought them. Just look at the battles that took place in Mali, the Burkina area. We fought these people. We defeated them before. Those victories are not told by you. So the idea that
what about it? How come they didn't defeat the Algerians? Did they defeat the Algerians?
They did not. That's what?
No, they lost to the Algerians.
They lost to the Algerians.
Tunaja, another question. Tunaja, another question. No. When they fought Algeria, which country backed Algeria, Tunaja? Do you have an idea?
The British probably, or the Russians.
Mali.
Man, Tunaja, bro, you don't have no sense.
This in Algerian too now.
Mali was the number one supporter of Algeria. Do you see what's happening right now?
They also had support from the Soviets too.
Okay, but they really rely on the Malians back in the day.
No, that's a fact. But Malians are a lot militarily weaker than Algeria.
Okay, but this is where we have to begin building on. And you have a point on that. But if you wanna go back to the past, I would suggest you read your history.
I know.
We were never. Listen, Africa was never. We were never afraid of the French. Every time they try to fight an African kingdom, they always bring auxiliaries with them all the time. They don't come by themselves. They win one tribe, they bring the other tribe with them to fight another tribe. That was the tactic on the continent. They never fought a kingdom by themselves, 100%. They don't have those victories in the Sahel. They don't. Just go back to your history in Mali, bro. These people fought them for months, many victories. No one talks about it because they don't want us to talk about it.
But St. James, why don't they send their military to Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger? Send them there. You big and bad, send them there. Why are you going through Ghana?
Exactly.
Why are you going through Nigeria?
Yep.
Send them.
Exactly.
Send them over there and see what happens.
Tunaja. The idea, right, that you come on here, right? You always use the we, W-E. There will never be a we in Africa. I'm being honest with it. I thought about it. I was happy that will ever happen. But the way I'm seeing people move, especially even Nigeria, I can't fathom what's happening. But I have to come to my senses, right? The we being used here. Me as a Sahelian, I have to go reach out to my people. The people that are from my kingdom, I have to go look for them. I can't look for nationality anymore. Because you see the disrespect. Tunaja, let me finish. Let me tell you something.
Let James finish.
A French president coming on our continent, calling another president a putschist, right? Our continent. And nobody can address that. You don't have to like the Mali president. You don't like to like Traore. But you are on the continent. You are our guest. You shouldn't be calling another president pushes. You understand? You see how you get belittled when these people visit your country, your continent, and you can't even go over there and talk as such. And you coming on here talking about we. There's no we. Again, and then when he came on here, no. That's what I told you. You don't know history. He came on here. He said, "Oh, he's 58 French soldiers died in Mali trying to protect Mali." Do you know how many of your grandfather died for French? For the French government, for the French country as a country? Do you know how many?
That's a
fact. People can't even push back on that. And he's telling you in your continent that you have to be grateful they came in here and fight for you. And you are sitting there clapping. Tonight, we can't do the we. We cannot. Everybody got to be on their corner and defend themselves like where we were in the colonial time so we can get to something. I can't believe that Africans are still sitting here and accepting this. We cannot. And Danis, let me land my plane. Danis, you are in Senegal. You are in Senegal. No. Let me land my point with Danis. Danis, you are in Senegal, right?
Yeah.
You keep telling me that you have a connection that is telling you about the Sahel. Please let them click the link so they can talk about the Sahel if they are very knowledgeable. Because I have something.
I'll see if he'll come on the show.
All right, I would appreciate that. As we speak, right?
I'll be honest, say James. So
thank you.
I spoke to a couple of people these past couple of days, and starting off with Mali, they were like Senegalese were actually in Kidal, and the Mali kicked them out.
No, that's a lie. I want them to come on here. I want them to lie. Since you are trying to
in Mali removed them.
Since you getting the information from them, I'm not going to push back. I'm not going to push back. No,
and they say, James, they're saying that's why Senegal has been hands off when it comes to what's going on.
That's another lie. When they come on here, I have the information. I'll guarantee you they would not repeat what they said to you. And again, you said they're not happy. We are sitting here watching Jomai and Sonko going at it. So who are there to talk about the Sahel? They're not even getting their president, their prime minister. They're not even getting along.
No.
They're not even getting along. It's Sonko as we speak. Right.
A minister from Senegal spoke up.
Hold on, Babaliko. Let's say James finished. I got to pass it to CD.
Right. They're not even getting along. Jomai is trying to stab Sonko in the back. In broad daylight, we see it. We already called them on that, right? We called them on that when they took the meeting with the former president when he was leaving. Everybody in the Sahel knew that Jomai was going to stop Sonko. We told them that was going to happen. They push back on us. They say we don't like them, right? Now you can see in broad daylight. Jomai is a plant. He's going to betray Sonko. If no one wants to listen to it, just watch how this thing is going to unfold. So Jomai is going to go ahead and do it. There is a right.
Let me see. This is why.
No. There is no. Can you allow me, Tunaja? There is no we in West Africa. I'm going to leave East Africa out of it because there is no we in West Africa. We got to come to the realization that we are too separated. We are too tribal. Listen, when you put your interests before everything else, we are not brothers. Like I said, these guys would travel to Kenya, right? None of them just drop by in the side. No. Listen.
Go to Mali. What are you doing here if we are not brothers? What are you doing here?
No, you call brothers and you stab in the back. And so, listen. If you stab me in the back, why would I call you a brother?
Mali.
No. Why should I call you a brother if you are stabbing me in the back?
Why are you here? This is
what are you talking about? If you are you just no. Listen,
I gotta pass the mic. Let me pass the mic to CD.
I know where I am, Tunaja. You don't know who you are.
I gotta pass the mic to CD. Go ahead, CD.
Hey guys, how's everybody? With the situation with France is nothing about trying to steal from Africa more. This whole thing was just set up. That whole, thing that's going on in Nairobi. Reuters is fighting for his political life. At the same time, France also, they have lost grounds there. So they have to go to the English part of Africa to show that they're doing something good. But since the Kenyans are, being watched by the Westerners, I've been there, I know how they love white people, But now they have faith in West Africa, they know the Sahel is standing up to France. This whole thing was just set up, right? Their target was to kill the defense minister of Mali and show weakness and just call all these, puppet leaders to go and have a drink with them. What can France offer besides Louis Vuitton? Tell me one thing France can produce. Their former president said it, Jacques Chirac, that without West Africa, if West Africa can cut all their resources from France, France would be a third world country. Their
That's a
former president
fact.
said it.
That's a
Right?
fact.
They survived from Africa. I have family members that fight for France during World War II. Right? We have West Africans that fought for France. But because most of the people that are from the English part of West Africa, they, you know, first of all, the British were even more brutal than the French, right? If you look at the population of Nigeria compared to any of the West African country, because they were brutal based on the population of certain country, right? So we don't talk about that. So now when they see white people, they try to run after them. But the West African, they understand the French. French cannot offer anything to Kenya, Nairobi. They will not offer anything to them. This is just a propaganda. This is for merely to show the weakness of Sahel because they have killed Malian defense minister. And now they tell all the leaders, if you don't follow us, this is what are going to happen. It's all political. They all linked. I'm not a supporter of Sahel. I'm not a supporter of military government, but France cannot offer anything to West Africa. But when I hear someone saying that France fight for African, we have family members that fight World War II for France. They have to come to West Africa and recruit for African to go fight for them.
How do you feel about that, city?
It's
How do you feel about your great grandfather being taken by force, going to fight for these people's freedom,
yes.
and then they're showing you this ungratefulness, and two Nigerians over here telling you that they're powerful. Get the
Why can
bro.
France
They have
offer?
a
Why can
better
France
record than the
offer?
British. I'm telling you, they have a better record than the British.
France
You don't
France
even know that.
cannot offer.
If you don't even know that, how do you know what you are dealing with?
So
Tonight you
France
said France fought for Haiti. You said
France
France
cannot
helped
offer
Because
Haiti.
you are
anything.
giving them,
France
cover. You are allowing them to use your territory to attack the Sahel. That's why they are strong in Africa. That's what
okay,
you're
but
doing.
all of these things
What do
going
you
to
mean
come
me?
to
I'm
an
not
end.
doing.
Marie Le Pen, right wing ladies that want to be president of France. If she come to power, all these things will stop because she have the same mentality of Trump. She want to deport all Africans, and that's the time we will stand up to them. France will not offer anything to West Africa. That's why they call all these puppet leaders to go to Nairobi. Rutos is a failure already. He knows his political career is at risk. But next year they're going to kick him out of leadership. So now that's why he brought Macron to be smiling when calling him his brother. How can you call Macron your brother? And then Antonio Guterres, they called
I don't mean to, I don't mean to cut you off. Have you listened to Macron tell people he has no friend?
Yeah, he did. He did. He has said it
This
several
is
times.
the behavior we're talking about.
So,
Have you heard him
I'm
say the world is becoming like a jungle, and if you are not strong, you're going to be eaten? Have you heard Macron say that?
I
and
heard him.
even if you talk about Senegal, right? Songo was the right person. He made this guy popular, the Jomai Faye guy. His second wife go to school in France right now, right? They had a similar goal. Their goal was to keep France out and have different options to bring other countries to invest in Senegal. What he did, because he's so corrupt, he sent his second wife to France to go to school. At the same time, he's accepting money from everywhere, pocketing the money. He's even worse than Macky Sall right now. But Songo is frustrated because he made this guy popular. He was nowhere. This guy was a tax collector in the street. If someone is a tax collector in Africa, you go from Lebanese to another Lebanese and pocket the money. He had no experience. He's running around with chicken with no head. And Senegal is in trouble because right now he's taxing the Senegalese everywhere. And now they are crying because they have no means to furnish the resources of the government. They are struggling, right? So this whole meeting is in Nairobi is just a propaganda, just to show the weakness of Africans. That's what it's about, right? That's why I think Algeria did not attend, because whatever Morocco is, Algeria would not attend, right? So this whole thing is just a setup to show the weakness of Africa. France will not offer anything to African, not at all, But this struggle is to show that we are really, really weak. Seeing powerful countries like Nigeria running to Nairobi to go work on a kid like Macron, that's a shame. That's a shame.
No,
France will not offer anything. France,
CD,
tell me
you're
one
wrong.
thing France can do.
You're wrong, CD. They got wine. They could offer wine, French wine.
Look, French wine is Louis Vuitton. Tell me one thing that they can make. Tell me one thing. I have a co-worker. He told me when he went to France, he went on the audit, right? He went to a restaurant. For him to have a good food, he got to go to the restaurant 3 times for him to follow his belly. That's how the French work.
Louis, hold on. CD, you got 30 seconds. I gotta pass them out to Africa.
So everything that we're going through right now, everything that is going on in Nairobi is more of a propaganda. Rutos is fighting for his political life. At the same time, Macron also, they have lost important part of West Africa. They have to go show to the French English speaking part of Africa that they can offer something. They can't offer anything to Nigeria. They can't offer anything to Nairobi. It's just a waste of time. But I'll learn for now. Thanks.
I'll go ahead, Africa.
Yeah, greetings to everyone. Nice to see you back, Dennis. I hope Senegal is going well for you.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, wicked. Beautiful country, man. Absolutely stunning place. Greetings to everyone. Great conversation as always. I'll start from where CD landed. I agree. Kenya is a very funny state. Kenya always have been like this, throughout history, and they have this how they call it. They have this white savior mentality. It never stops, and they still are like that. If you meet a Kenyan guy, you understand where I'm coming from. Look, the French are diminishing in Africa. The European Union are struggling. Okay, as I said the last time, the energy sector. The problem Europe is facing at the moment is energy. Energy is their biggest problem. They have this AI coming in, and they need enough energy to compete. And now, you got the uranium that's been thrown away from them. The oil sector is slowing down. Those pipelines going through, into Europe. A lot of this region are becoming unstable. And so obviously, we know the brothers in the AES are rejecting them. So they're looking for different strategy. They're knocking on different doors. It's obvious. They're trying and they're trying and they're trying. They always play the same old game. What they do, if they cannot defeat you, they will use the other brothers. They'll try to use the Anglophone against the Francophone. Most of these leaders, the way it seems like, when I look at the room, because sometimes you got to study the room, okay? These leaders that went there, they just went there to collect and go. I don't think they're taking Macron serious anyway. Simple as that. I don't think any one of those African leaders went there and to say, yeah, I'm going to take Macron serious. Whatever money he's going to offer me, I'll take and go. That's how it seemed like to me. Because he's not going there to offer anything. They ain't got nothing to offer to us anymore. These people they have shown their true color in and out. We're tired. Europe is going to the right. They have shown us that they don't want nothing to do with us. They're voting, they look at their voting pattern, they're going right. It shows they want nothing to do with other people. They just want to support themselves. Let them do it. But just please leave our mineral resources alone, leave our countries alone, leave our people alone. If you think you can do it on your own, so be it. Just do it.
Africa. That's why we told the Kenyan. Why is he talking about the Sahel? He said that we want to do things our way, right? And they have no problem with it. as you can see, who's having a problem, who's having a bad breakup. Not the Sahel, that's them. They're the one talking about us. They're the one who try to, prevent us from, reaching our, objectives. We're not doing that to them. So what does that tell you? Like you said, even they try to access the gold in Burkina Faso and Mali. We kick them out of it. Most of these people are now coming out and telling you all the backdoor dealing they were having the French, trying to give them contract, to undermine other companies. Everybody's speaking now. There are ways of doing business in the Sahel. We know of it. Even the energy, we know of it. We're not talking about that just because we hate Kenya. We are just telling you, guys, we have a record. Look at the record. That's it.
We fought these people. We know them very well, okay? We fought them. We defeated them. They came in second time. They're like, right, we can't physically defeat them. Let's set them against one another. They sponsor this tribe against the next tribe. This former group against the others. If you're full and dumb enough to fall for it, then you will. That's how they play their game. The best way to deal with them is to just get rid of them once and for all. Go there, listen to the bullshit, collect the money and say, you know what, stick your finger up and get out. That's all you got to do because it's too late. It's too late for France. I know what they're doing. I work in different sectors here. I've seen they're struggling. Europe is struggling with energy. The energy is becoming very expensive. Put the Iranian war aside. They're struggling to power those nuclear plants in Europe because they own most of them. Okay, and the obviously we know gas is going up, and they got this AI thing that they want to power. This is what it's all about. They're gonna call our leaders. Some of them will fall for it stupidly, but I know some of our leaders that went there. They're not gonna fall for it. They have seen it. Just leave Africa alone. We know what you're doing. You're voting far right leaders. Macron will be history soon in Europe. I live in a country right now. You probably know Louis. We just had reform coming in, Nigel Farage. So please don't come here and support.
Oh, they've got in now. Right? I haven't got the news for the last 2 days. They've got in now.
They have gone in, man. Okay. Reform is in.
That don't surprise me.
Reform is So now what these people are doing, they cannot eat off our lodge and tell us, we can't keep what is ours. It's not going to work anymore. It's history. We are watching what they're doing, and the more they behave like the way they do, the more we're gonna keep the Pan-Africanism well alive. Because Africa is our ancestral home, is our land. We're gonna protect it at all costs. And
France is now a Pan-Africanist nation. Now you heard Macron say they are now Pan-Africanists.
No, they're not.
That's what Macron said. Macron said that in his own word. He said they are not Pan-Africanists.
He's an idiot. He's too dead drunk, talking shit, eating wine and chewing cheese. He's an idiot, complete idiot. And I mean, So
playing the mad wife.
Yeah, exactly. But let me just say one thing, right? Our leaders need to get themselves up together, man. Please, let's forget about this ECOWAS. I don't want to hear this ECOWAS versus Sahel shit. We need to our leaders to come together and deal with these people, because I know some of these leaders might come across as a coward, but I know deep inside they want to be freed by these people. But we need someone to Niger. I'm just going to let you know, I don't know about Nigeria, but we have people who fought these people out of West Africa. We fought them hard. We know what these people are like. We have written history and knowledge of how this
Africa. It doesn't know about that part. Once you talk to Anglophones and Anglophone in East Africa, they don't know that part. Joe, I say some. If you're not part of it, I'm just saying some. I just say some.
So and I mean some African.
They all were colonized. I don't understand why we all are in denial here. We
all colonized. That's the spirit that's still living us. That spirit knowing that our people fought. That's that spirit that we are upholding now, and you are not. It's two different things. I don't know, hey, bro. I don't know. You talking about we? I don't know where we stand, Tunaja. I don't know what actions, right? I don't know what actions have you. No, Tunaja. I don't know what action have you enforced for us to call you a brother. If you have any action, let me know. Let me know what actions.
St. James, as far as I can remember,
we're talking. I'm just asking you a question. What actions have you enforced for us to call you a brother? Tell me.
As far as I can remember, and I read. Sorry, 1 second. I read enough African history I never knew one Pan-African in Nigeria who physically fought against the colonial invaders and have, history and knowledge and people that they wrote book about and or statue or anything like that in Nigeria. Never, never. I never knew about that.
Yeah,
I never heard
because
one of one.
because
So if there is one, just please teach me to United. Can you tell me one Nigerian who that?
He fought, King Jaja Bobo fought. So I don't know whether you know anything about them.
Okay.
There are quite a lot of people that
Okay.
fought, and they all lost in
Mm.
the end. That's the whole point, and that's why the whole
But
continent. Let's not pretend. I don't know why you.
okay, so no, but don't stop bitching about me. I'm just trying to be objective here. So okay, that's what you should say. Okay, so by supporting these people, you might be going against that guy that fought against invaders. You might be turning in his grave because he knows exactly what these people are about. So
I
let's
know
keep
what
that
they're
spirit
about.
moving.
I'm saying that you should understand them because some of all these people that are saying that they understand them, they don't understand the people, the beasts that they are dealing with. They just say, "Oh, France is weak, is dying." Who told you that?
Man, that's why we broke. That's why Tunaja. We understand. That's why we broke ECOWAS because ECOWAS was created by the French. No. Tunaja. Tunaja. That's why. Okay, dude. ECOWAS was created by the French. That's why you refuse to accept. It was created by the French to put us together.
They infiltrate ECOWAS. The ECOWAS
Absolutely.
French infiltrate.
And we did
ECOWAS.
something about it, Tunaja. We walked away.
ECOWAS was a good intention.
We walked away, Tunaja. That's action.
St. James, when ECOWAS was created, it was a good intention. Okay, it was actually working well. Then, and then the French came in. Then they start putting their pennies in there and trying to dictate on people.
Africa, stop it! Don't fall for the trick.
What do you mean? That's a fact. The French fell in and destroyed the whole thing.
No, listen. ECOWAS, the French have been throwing spanner into the engine of ECOWAS or Africa for years. We know the nature of the beast. Why are we wondering and
thank you, exactly. So that's they always thank you. Well, that's my point.
We know
the nature of the beast.
But Africa, if your enemy infiltrated what unite you as a brother, don't you wanna walk away from that, or you wanna keep it?
You wanna walk away or destroy it?
Okay.
Sorry, I haven't made my contribution yet.
Hold on, let somebody speak.
Now, yeah, Louis, it's your turn, my bro.
No. It actually is V's turn. Go ahead, V. After V is Louis.
V. Oh, sorry, my sister. Oh, sorry. Yes.
No, sorry. I was going to say that ECOWAS was actually set up by a military government. Rawlings and at the time the government.
No, it's a Nigerian, the former Nigerian president who set it up. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, it was
Nigerian.
It was set up. It was set up with good intent, but a very short period afterwards, it was taken over by external.
In 1990, when all these people gathered together and went to listen to the president, the former French president François Mitterrand, 1990. They shifted.
Then it was taken over by external forces, and all the plan they have in place went by the wayside. The ECO, the only thing that they managed to hold on to is the free movement of ECOWAS citizens and even the free trading. But the free trading is
Yakubu Gowon.
Yakubu Gowon. Yeah, he was one, and I think there was a guy in Liberia as well. Anyway,
Yakubu Amani Jori of Niger. I think Modibo. It was Modibo, right? It was Modibo. Modibo.
Togo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
We all founding fathers.
Anyway, I want to refer to Niger back to when he was talking about who won which one, who didn't win which war. Let me refer you back to Niger. During all the wars, they say the Second World War, even setting up point the First World War, but let's just use the Second World War as an example. All the European colonies recruited from their colonies, including Nigeria. They recruited from Ghana. The British recruited from their English-speaking Kenya and all of them. The French recruited heavily from their French colonies. And what was so upsetting is, they put those guys that they recruited from their colonies, which is the black, even including the African Americans that were also fighting from the American side.
In the front.
They put them in some of the most toughest battles. Yeah, they put them in some of the most toughest battles. And these guys stood there, they fought, they took all the pain and the brutality, and sometimes they won some of those battles. But guess what?
They were
When the war
slaughtered.
was
Many were
over,
slaughtered.
yeah, when the war was over, they wrote them out of history.
Yep.
They took them completely out, and they sent their soldiers marching up in Europe, assuming that they won everything.
And they were running like cowards in Britain. They were living in Britain. All their leaders,
yeah.
including
You know, they recruited from the Caribbean. They recruited from the Caribbean. They recruited heavily, and they rely heavily from their colonial. The British, they were called the Commonwealth, whatever, and the French also recruited, and they rely heavily on these recruits from their colonies, and so they didn't win the Second World War by themselves.
They didn't win. The French didn't win nothing. They were defeated in the Second World War. The Germans walked into France. You just go on YouTube and watch.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, yeah, that's absolutely right. They were walking there like within a few weeks. Yep. They took over the country.
Yeah, they didn't want to get their houses damaged or their.
And that's when they came to the African countries to recruit heavily from places like the Sahel, the Senegal Bay, and all those places, Central Africa. And when they took those men and they put them in some of the worst battles, apparently, and these men held their own, they fought. And when they came back, what did they do to them? Even demanding their pensions that they were due, what did they do? They massacred them. You know, it's horrible. And let me also tell too, Niger, right? From time immemorial, these people have depended on black men to fight their battles for them, right? It started with the Arabian Peninsula coming over across when the Romans took over the North Africa, and the people from Arabian Peninsula came over. They told those black Africans that were there, and the North Africa was black African. Let's not beat around the bush. They told them that, first of all, they came. They were talking about religion and other stuff, and they told them that, listen, we're all brothers, you know. And those North Africans, they were battling the Romans, you know, and the Romans, they battled them, they stopped them at some point. They came all the way to places like modern day Sudan, and you all know the legendary woman, the queen called Queen Candida, one-eyed queen, that she took her army and defeated the Romans.
Queen Adam Amir. Yeah, what? The Candaces. Is more than Candida. One. Is more than one.
That was a name, Queen. I think it's a Candice. They say Candice.
Yeah, one of the Candice. Is more than one.
Yeah, but there was one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one with the one eye. Apparently, she
Queen
lost
Adamiris. Queen Adamiris.
Okay. Anyway, and
Aramina. I'm saying it wrong, but yeah, she.
Yeah, she stopped the Romans at Sudan. Okay, now the Arabians came from the people came from Arabian Peninsula. They said we have this new religion. The North African, the Africans, they were fed up with the Romans. So anybody that came in, we will help you beat the Romans, and they did. They joined in mass. They fought them. They defeated the Romans. They kicked the Romans out. The Arabians then came in mass, started coming in mass. They, using the religion. Many of them converted willingly to Islam. And then after that, they started using those black men again to fight their fellow black men down in the south, that coming down to defeat the Ghana Empire. It was the black men, it wasn't the Arabians. All the wars they fought, it was always the black men that they managed to recruit, turn their heads, just like they're doing in the Sahel. Turn their head with whatever religion, whatever, and they used them. And it was the black Africans that actually defeated the Ghana Empire. It wasn't those. How many of them came across in the first place anyway? They didn't come in masses, And then afterwards, when they defeated them, they helped defeat their own brother. They turned around and called them slaves, and they started enslaving them.
So who is the fool then? And if they are able to fool you that badly. Don't you see that we have a problem?
You are reading your history and telling that they won every war. Read your history. Perhaps if you read your history,
they won every war. They had a high win rate, even more than the
French did not listen. The French did not win.
Speak less and read more.
Listen, the French may have won some wars, but they did not win every war, and they didn't win what.
Of course, they did not win every war. Nobody wins every war, but they won. My issue.
They won no war by themselves, Niger. They won no war.
To Niger, the French, they were defeated many times by the British. Okay, they were defeated by other European.
Yeah, Waterloo.
Yeah,
Is
they were
Waterloo.
defeated massively.
The when the German came to France, they didn't even fight. They run away.
Yep.
You know,
They didn't even put up a
you need
fight.
to read your
They run
history
away.
very well. Often they
You're
will
right.
use your fellow black men of history to do their fighting for them. Like Africa said, they convey. You know, usually within every geographic area, you find certain tribes that they feel that this group of tribes are dominating them, and they don't want to be dominated. You know, which is natural, it's human. Listen, left to the Africans alone, we might fight, we may battle, but we resolve it. But that is when they will go into that tribe and tell them all sorts of things, manage to convince them, get them around them. The French didn't win any battle in West Africa. They were using a group of other Africans to fight other Africans. Just like
Oh my
they did
God! Come
now.
on, man. Why do we do this
Right.
now? If they,
No,
if they
she's
don't
right,
have
Niger. That's a fact. You
if
can't
they
deny
don't have
that.
to fight themselves, then how did they? If only words is all they needed, that shows how weak we are. That because in Europe they were
But the way
dominant.
you sounding, the way
Come
you
on,
sound, they're graded this, that, A, B, C, D. You yourself are talking in history.
You don't understand the French. Like in Europe, they kicked ass in Europe in the last 400 years. You guys don't understand what you are dealing with. You don't know about the
She's
history of
right.
Napoleon. You don't know about all the things that they've done. And you just assume that they're just a weak nation.
It's about time people like you. It's about time people like you get a backbone and start standing up and doing.
No. I have a backbone, all right.
That you don't know what you're doing. So what you sit there and get defeated? Is that what you
talking as if they're already dead. I don't know why we keep
Okay,
acting as if these Western powers
let
are
her
already
finish. Let her finish, Niger.
They are not dead.
Niger,
They are
let her
very
finish.
much alive.
I'm not talking about who is dead and who is not dead. They are looking after the interests. What went on in Kenya is basically they're looking after the interests.
Exactly.
Yeah?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And people
They're
are
looking after the interests. Those weak livers, African leaders, stand up looking after the interests of Africa as well, and stop
let me tell you guys, right?
Talking nonsense.
What I saw in Kenya, I've not seen it in any African country. Kenyans are enslaved. There are certain part of Nairobi. If you go to Nairobi, right, there's a vast land of Kenya that is owned by the British. They have a huge amount of British soldiers. I was surprised to see the amount of British
And
people that are
Indians.
carrying Kenyan passport. It's not lease. It's not lease. I'm telling you, these people were there doing the World War I, World War II.
Britain have a base there. They've got a base there. That's
okay, but I'm talking about British people owning vast majority of the land in Nairobi. I was surprised to see that.
I thought the Kenyans took it back.
No, they do. CD is right, man. CD is right. I know. I took the.
You can't even enter somebody's neighborhood. I'm telling you, you can't even enter somebody's neighborhood and see the amount of British people that are there. Even there are in your neighborhood, no black person is allowed to enter in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you right now, I've been there.
They try to adopt.
What I saw over there is mind blowing. I have not seen it in any African country.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, CD. I have a friend that have a cafe
there.
Right,
brother.
He's from Jamaica, and he said the same thing. He lives there, right? And he said the same goddamn thing. So you're absolutely right.
You will see British people carrying Kenyan passport. They are very arrogant. They own all the safari company, right? They're enslaving the Kenyans. They're using them to. It's mind blowing. You will not see even in South Africa. You won't see that.
Listen,
I'm telling you right now.
Listen, the reason why we in Africa, we in West Africa can boast that we don't have so much of them there physically there is because of the mosquito. We need to build a statue to the mosquito. We got lucky. Okay, your weather doesn't.
Not really. Not really. We have valleys.
I'm telling you,
Louis, we have valleys in West Africa.
And mosquito to save your ass, or else they would have been there in their masses, the same way they were in Kenya, South Africa. The weather there in West Africa saved us, people.
Yeah,
so let's
are you forgotten that your ancestors stood up and fought the British?
Yes, I know that. You don't have to tell me. I'm an Ashanti man from Ghana.
Yeah, so then why are you then saying that?
And then you will walk in the street of Nairobi, you will see 90-year-old British man with 11-year-old lady.
Kids.
I'm telling you,
they got Indians. They got Indians as an ethnic group. The Gujarat or something like that. They're part of. They actually are an ethnic group in Kenya. They were allowed to be like that. Can you imagine that?
And not only that, you can't even enter their neighborhood. Nobody is allowed to live in the Indian neighborhood. Certain part of Nairobi.
Well, that's the
You
Kenyan
won't
people.
see it anywhere.
You make the law. You
These
know,
are dusty places, man. These people are dusty. They, regardless of the infrastructure they got around them, they don't own nothing. The economy is owned by foreigners.
By foreigners.
That's the reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
So they're just
unbelievable.
workers. They're workers in their own land.
Even the Indian guy that was indicted here for corruption, they nearly sold their airport to this Indian billionaire, but the guy was involved in some corruption on Wall Street. I think they arrested him. That's how they were not able to sign a contract with that Indian guy. They were about to sign a contract with for 30 years for this guy to privatize their airport, or Jomo Kenyatta Airport.
Look at the FBA. Look at, like, for example, African Americans are trying to get land in Africa. Yeah, if I guarantee, if they go to Kenya and say, "Can you give us a land?" They'll be like, "No, we don't have enough space," but they're happy to give that to the Indians and actually give them and accept their ethnicity to be part of Kenya.
Well,
This is how custom black people are.
Yeah, look what the South Africans
Exactly what the South Africa. Exactly. Look at that. How disgusting it is. So, Louis, us West Africans, the exempt of some Nigerians, we have done well. We have a good mindset. It's only because some of our leaders have let us down. Okay.
Okay. Let me make this point.
No, you won't. I haven't made my contribution yet.
Can you put Tunaja backstage, man? We pay for it.
Bro, it's Louis Vuitton. It's Louis Vuitton.
Can you just stop? Let me just say this. You know, Nigeria is the most.
Hold on, what happened? Who needs to be put backstage? What happened?
They're gonna pay you to put Tunaja backstage.
So James is one. So see, let me say this. You know, Nigeria is the most selfless country in the world. Like, not only in Africa, the most selfless country in the world. And it's funny because Africans don't know this. If you look at some of the things Nigerians have done for other nations, even when they don't gain from it financially, no nation has done it. And in terms of even no, it's a fact. This is a fact. What I'm telling you right now is a fact. I didn't even know this before, but go and check it yourself. We put our lives, blood, and even our own credibility at stake for other people, more than most people will ever dare.
And while we did the same, Tunaja, we did the same thing. No, we did this. No, Tunaja, if you have done, no, Tunaja. So what we're not gonna do, right? We're all West African here. Let's not lie. If you have done it, no, Tunaja, no. I want you to be more specific. If you have done it more, you say you have done it more. So, but don't sit on here and tell we didn't spill our blood for other nations. Please don't. Let's not do that.
Let me put it this way. When I said we are the most selfless, maybe you did. But no country, not America, not British, none of them. Everything they do it for gain. Nigerians were just doing it to help or to just help their environment. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like, when you compare, when you search online, I say, okay, which is the most selfless country based on the way they put themselves in terms of the money they put forward and everything, you find that Nigeria puts those things forward more than any other nation in the world. All of them.
No matter how much you help other people, no matter how much you help other people, if you don't help yourself, it means nothing.
Hold on.
You're not going to get respect.
When it comes to giving to charity based on the income that the nations get, Nigeria too, number one in the world. So there's something about that nation that tend to be quite selfless when they are doing things. And the way some people badmouth the country, it's like you guys don't even understand.
Hold on,
let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. Because people don't understand the significance of that area that you call Nigeria today. That same area is the area where the Bantu expansion started. Hold on, let me finish now. That same area is the area where the Bantu expansion started. Do you know, if you search the American DNA today, 70 to 80%. Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. If you search American DNA today, 70 to 80% of them, their majority DNA tends to be Nigerian, African American DNA.
Yes, because you end up selling most of the slaves to her. That's why.
You're going to see the same thing. Go to Brazil.
That's because you sold a lot of slaves.
You did most of the selling. You're the one who did most of the selling. So that will come from you.
Stop crying.
So that says a lot, doesn't it? It says a lot, James.
There are records
exactly what we're talking about.
There are some records that show that 10% of the population of Côte d'Ivoire have descendants from Nigeria. 10%.
Yeah, because they were ivory traders.
Hold on. Let me finish. My point is that the way we keep picking on Nigeria is ridiculous.
No,
the most selfless nation.
Who's picking on Nigeria? Who's picking on Nigeria?
Many of
listen,
you.
listen, Tunaja.
I've seen it on the chat. They say Nigeria is a sellout.
Tunaja. Look at all the chat. They are going after every other country. They are going after every other country, not Nigeria only in the chat. Please don't get emotional with us over here. Please don't get emotional.
Black people do this a lot.
No.
They pick on each other. They pick on
Nigeria. No. When the
Nigeria is the least sellout country in the world.
Tunaja, when the AES is being attacked, I don't come here emotionally. I come here and defend our record. That's what I do. First of all, Tunaja. No. Tunaja. Let me tell you something. Nigeria is a great country, right? I don't know the amount of immigrants that come from West Africa that live in Nigeria, but when you look at Francophone Africa, Francophone Africa, there is one guy in the chat asking me what my country has done. We recorded 80,000 Yorubas in Burkina Faso only Yorubas. We're not even talking about Igbo, other Hausas, 82,000. So that's what my country has done. Open the door for the brothers to come in and enjoy the freedom and whatever they can take, that they can benefit from in Burkina Faso. That's what my country has done. If you don't know, check it out. Check it out. So we have done that. You know. So let's you say spilling blood. Listen, we put ECOMAG together. What happened? ECOMAG was not only Nigeria. It was mainly funded by Nigeria, but a lot of soldiers come from other countries as well. We went to Liberia, we went to other countries to, for peacekeeping. Nigeria only didn't do that. So let's not sit on here and pretend that Nigeria. Tunaja, tell me what else can you benefit from if you don't have no security?
Nothing.
Yeah, no. Okay, then that's the main issue Africa is going through. So all you saying what Nigeria is doing is great. But we lack security in Africa, West Africa.
I agree with that.
What are we doing? We here, we lack security in Africa, right? When we go to East Africa, Tinubu, how old is Tinubu? Going to this child who's not even 50. That's the problem the young generation is having. And they are talking to Africa's leader. Why? And they don't have answers. How can you, how can you let the region fall to these jihadists, terrorists, whatever you want to call them, and you are cutting business deals with other people, not even minding whatever that's going on in your own land. So we can't benefit from the good things that Nigeria is doing if we don't have security. We don't have security.
Tunaja know, I defend Nigeria sometimes, right? My problem with Nigeria is their leaders get infiltrated easily by foreigners. At the moment, you have a leader who is a CIA op. Even the two guys who are standing to become president, like for example Peter Obi. There's a guy from the former governor for Texas called Mike Armstrong. He's fully behind him, and his agenda is absolutely. No. There is everything wrong about that. Can you imagine a Ghanaian politician? Can you imagine a Ghanaian politician? No. Can you imagine a Ghanaian politician going to Ghana, going to America or Texas to influence the Texas election? Are you mad? You think what's going to happen? No. That's not true. That would be illegal. That in the UK. Can you imagine a Ghanaian politician? Can you imagine Nana Akufo coming to England to influence and outcome of
England?
No. According to the British law, you cannot. According to the British law, you cannot. No. According to the British law, you can't do it. You know that yourself. And at the moment, listen. At the moment, Nigel Farage, who won this election, right? He got how many million donated to him by a private individual, not by a politician from outside. By a private individual. At the moment, no, hold on. At the moment, he got a lot of questions to answer for that. That's why he's been quiet since he won the election. Can you imagine?
It's business
exactly. No, but he's going to have to answer that question to where that money is coming from, because you don't want your country to be influenced by outsiders and infiltrated. And that's what we're talking about. This is a sellout. Listen, this is a sellout mentality and sellout culture we're talking about.
I understand what you're talking about, okay? But listen, we've got to be careful when we make it blatant. It's not as simple as that. People have business interests. Peter Obi is an important man. He has business connections.
If his business is different, when it's listen. If his business is different, but when it comes to political, that's a totally different ballgame. Because that's threat. It could be a threat to your national security. Think, man. You're a big man. You know, you're a very military guy.
Africa.
Okay,
If you listen, when Mali said, AES said, right? French is the main sponsor of terrorism in the Sahel. Have you seen ECOWAS address that?
Oh God!
The Sahel is the region, right? Sahel is the region. This is the West African region. So that means ECOWAS and the Sahel should be involved in this, right? That's our region. So when the Sahel says, and they provided evidence, have you seen ECOWAS even bother? Have you seen them even try to investigate? They don't. Because why? They know the Papa Master. They know who are they under. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna pretend, right? They're gonna pretend that you're barking. You understand? So they know if they investigate more, right? They will find French. They don't want that. And again, you live in Europe, right? You live in Europe. What is the most? What are the platforms that are pushing jihadism? What are the platforms that are pushing that propaganda? What are they? Are there French channels doing this?
All of them.
All of them do. But the main ones come from France.
The French
the main one. Just look it up. French 24, RFI, all of them.
You know, Louis know very well. Even in the UK, people don't like the French. They don't trust the French. They don't like them. I mean, we have problem with the border. People crossing the French. The UK government give the French money to stop immigrants coming here. What the French do? They turn a blind eye. They let this guy comes over here, and they will keep the money and tell it. So exactly, these people cannot be trusted, bro. They get down dirty.
Because Africa. If you don't want to address the issue, right? What else should we talk about? If you put your own interests first, right? Like what people say, a country has their own business interests, right? Whatever they want to talk about. If you don't put the safety and the security of the people first, what is there to talk about being brothers? Exactly. Some people are being killed. What's the point at this time? Like, bro, you don't want to protect the region where you live at. There's a lot of people, like, you live in a country. Let's say you live in Sierra Leone. You have business interests in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Ghana. This is your region, Africa. That's what you need to protect first. This is where you do business. This is where your people do business. If you can't even protect that, and you go outside of your region for your own personal interests, what's the point of calling each other brothers? What's the point of it?
And this is the reason why.
Usually, these African leaders, right? They are often faced with a shotgun diplomacy where most of the stuff that they have to do and agree to, there's just using it metaphorically, there's a shotgun at their head. You do this or this is what you face. And often many of them cave in. And that is the problem with ECOWAS. You have all the coastal leaders that they don't seem to know they're left from the right now. They don't know where they're going. And the Sahelians have made a stand, a very strong, bold stand, because it's a self-preservation. The way I see the Sahelian issue, it's not a question of being a military or not being a military. At the moment, they're even at war. How do you expect them to even organize
they are making it. Even if these people were they were civilian, we would have faced the same problem.
Anyway,
the thing is, right? You see how all these European countries are standing for Ukraine. You see it. You're African. You see that, right?
Right.
Oh, that's their region.
100%.
That's their region. They have their interests and they stand together. Africans will never do that, but we'll call one another brothers, and it's okay, right? So
often they're in a position where they don't have the guts to say no, and they are often being told, you do this or this is what's going to happen. Even Ibrahim said it. Your president said that when they took over the country, he had a few phone calls from world leaders, and specifically from a country instructed him, you do A, B, C, D, and you're good to go. And he said, put the phone down, and he came around and do whatever that he think is good for his country and ignore them. But you have a situation whereby certain leaders like Ghana president, when he came in, people thought, oh, well, it's going to be a fresh start. Look where he is. He's all over the place. I don't even know what he's doing most of the time, in the next minute he's there, and the next, it's just bizarre. And then you have
I noticed, you're right. 1 minute is Pan-African, 1 minute is Pan-Europe,
We understand. We understand the pivoting. We understand the pivoting.
Yeah,
We
he's
from the
right there.
Sahel.
He's right.
We are not mad at certain country. We understand they have to, do certain things for their people. We get that. But at the same time, can we talk about those countries that are giving their land so we can be attacked? That's the thing I'm talking about. You might not be, for that. Maybe you're not ready, right?
I'm saying
This
that
is
even those countries, St.
Well,
James.
Ghana is one of those, in all fairness. Ghana
hasn't done that.
No, Ghana doesn't do that. No, Ghana doesn't do that. No, I'm not talking about Ghana.
Does the US have a base
What do
in
you mean
Ghana?
Ghana doesn't do what? Ghana, they use Ghana all the time.
No, they don't invade us. They don't attack from Ghana. They don't invade us from Ghana. That's what we're saying.
They do have a base in Ghana.
Nigeria and launch.
Listen. For better or for worse, whether Ghana is good or bad, I'm not going to debate that here. But what I'm saying that Ghana has never allowed the terrorists to use their land to go and attack Burkina. Ghana has never.
Oh no,
done
that's true. I agree that. You might make
government.
Right.
You make a point there. You made a point there. I agree.
But we made a claim about 2 ECOWAS nations, Benin and Ivory Coast. Why ECOWAS is not discussing that? If this thing is called brotherly meetings, why AES made a claim about 2 ECOWAS country, that are trying to destabilize the Sahel. So we had a legitimate right to go after these 2 nations. And when did this thing happen? I don't want nobody to complain about the AES. We've been doing this, calling everybody, letting them know these people are attacking us from these 2 countries, right? And no one cares. And if that happens, we're gonna go there. There's a lot of people being killed in the Sahel, right? And these are lives being lost. So I'm putting people on notice. But before the end 2026, I'm telling you, a big war is going to happen in West Africa. I'm telling you, it's going to happen because ain't nobody's going to sit on there and take that. If ECOWAS doesn't want to move, right? If ECOWAS doesn't want to move fast and bring these countries together, I'm talking about Benin and Ivory Coast. Something is going to happen. I'm guaranteeing you that. We're not going to sit there and take that.
Let me just say this, right? Somebody was earlier referring to what's happening in Senegal. It's such a tragedy. This young man, you have no helping chance without Sonko. Sonko, the man that was being brutalized, beaten, they did everything to that young man.
They both been brutalized. In all fairness, both of them was in prison.
No, that guy
was in prison.
I'm beginning to suspect Faye was a ploy. They put him in there to get to Sonko. How come Sonko was arrested? Well, that's my belief. I don't have any proof.
No, but that is a negotiation. I reckon it's a negotiation between him and Macky Sall. I said that before when it just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Africa. Sonko should have known when they took the meeting and they went and got with the president, right? And you remember, Sonko was trying to close the border. I was watching the news yesterday, right? And one guy from Sonko said, you know what? They were trying to close the border to prevent the former president to leave the country because of the things he has done. Joe Faye did not agree with it. That was the very red flag that Sonko should have understood.
Macky and Jamal, remember they come from the same. They come from similar.
You just got into government. You have the Senegalese are facing all manner of stuff, food insecurity.
You know how ethnicity work in African politics.
You don't let Macky Sall run away. You keep him in the country. Why does he want to go? Why does he want to leave the country? That's the first red flag you have to address.
The thing is the opposition that Macky Sall come from. They had a deal with Jamal Faye. That's
what I'm telling you. If Sonko is a smart guy, he's been through a lot.
Otherwise, that election would have been.
I saw a newsreel of them. I think it must have happened a few days ago. Actually, when he was going to Kenya, and Sonko did a very small action, and I thought this guy is very sharp and smart. He made him know he's in charge. regardless of what he went and made this news interview where I'm in charge, and if Sonko doesn't please me, I'll get rid of him. And I said to myself, why don't you get rid of him and see what will happen to you?
No one knew him before, like a week or two before the election. No one knew of him.
Exactly.
If it was for him, they would not even get elected.
He's a
You know,
I wouldn't go that far.
no, Africa. You know the popularity. That's what we have. Now, when I say no, the level of popularity that
he had it.
He was able to gather around the ticket. It was because of Sonko. It wasn't because of no Jomai. People went out to vote because of Sonko. They didn't go out like, bro. They know, they crippled Sonko. So the option was to vote for Jomai. No Senegalese wanted to vote for him.
Because I hang around him a lot. In all fairness, if Sonko go on his own this next time, he won't win it. If
he will win it. He will win it because why? Even they put a bill on there to prevent Sonko, right? So for those people who are convicted, I think there was a vote on that. Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. They will block him in a way it doesn't stand.
It's a case of you know why? The reason why they are attacking that man so much is they know they can't control him. They know they can't control Sonko.
Have you listened to him when he was in have you listened to him when he was in opposition talking about the Sahel? Have you seen the videos? This guy is pro Sahel. He's pro Sahel.
Yeah, they all do. Even to be honest, in all fairness, even when Macky Sall was there, he used to support the Sahel. He used to say
the support is, bro. I mean, that's why I want the Senegalese to come on here as a support. Let's not go there. If they come on here so we can have the conversation, they are francophone and we can better debate this.
I know you want to tell a price at them.
These are our people. We have a certain way of talking so we can understand one another.
I know. I say Jason, I'm jealous price at them.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Hey guys, let Louis talk. We gotta close out. Go ahead, Louis.
Hey, Dennis, brother, you gotta we know we love you, but you gotta run a better show than this, bro. Come on, I'll wait forever.
Go ahead.
Come on, if the topic hasn't already been arrested. Listen, we all know how the enemy gets down. There's no good white man. None of them have our interest, okay? We got to keep our own interest. Just to address V very quickly, I'm an MPP supporter mainly, but Mahama is doing okay, sister. I can't see what he's doing wrong at the moment. He never promised nothing. He didn't have to. He just had to wait until the MPP fuck up. And because our foundation as a country isn't strong, eventually it will happen, and that's what happened. I like what he's doing with the gold, by the way. We need to take the other 2 gold mines that's owned by foreigners, Goldfield and all that, we need to take it back so we can get the CD out there. Our economy should be 3 times what it is now. It's now officially 118 billion. Okay, so that's just to address that. In terms of the French, nobody knows how the French get down better than Ghana. In case you're forgetting, what's his name? De Gaulle, okay? Put out the first assassin hits against Kwame Nkrumah. He hated Kwame Nkrumah because Kwame Nkrumah was trying to get the French-speaking nations to come on board with us during independence. Only Guinea took up the cause.
That's because of Sekou Touré, though. That's why he didn't like him.
Yeah,
Sekou Touré was a hard work.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, in the other nations where we're trying to recruit, the French were so brutal, they went and shot some of them oppositions through assassinations. We know how the French get down. They're not going to stop because without Africa, they're going to be 3rd world country, and if they become
how many people did Traoré recruit in your own group? How many of them?
I haven't even
ass kissing ass. Get the heck out of here! How many people did he recruit?
Look at this. I have not even
ass kissing ass. You ain't defending nothing. Talking rubbish. Give me that.
And definitely, Sekou Touré was the warrior. He was the one that stopped the French in West Africa.
Dennis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, please try and moderate the show because there's some assholes here pushing just nothing but.
All right, guys, don't interrupt Louis. Louis, you got 2 minutes. Don't interrupt him. Don't interrupt him.
How much do we have to pay to put him backstage though?
$200. $200.
He's not worth that much, man. He's not worth that much.
You got 2 minutes. Don't interrupt him. Go ahead.
$2.50.
I come from a country where there's freedom of speech. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some come from
This guy never even go back home. He just talking England, talking shit.
Listen, it's very simple. Okay. We know how the
big
French
bro.
get down. Okay. And if you didn't know
Where
how
did
the
you get
French
that from?
down,
Freedom
why
of
the hell-
speech from the white man? Freedom of speech from the white man?
Listen, Dennis, I'll speak to you another time, brother.
What? Yeah, go away, bro.
No, let him speak. Let him speak.
No, hold on. Louis.
Louis, speak.
I'm about to mute everybody. Louis, don't leave. You got 2 minutes. Nobody interrupt him.
Right. If you're an idiot, if you come from a nation of idiots, you will become an idiot. Everybody knows how the French get down. Okay? If you fucking know, all right, how the French get down, and then you jump into the game, why are you then complaining about the fucking French? Bitch, you know how they got down before you got in? You cannot break the rules of the game and turn around and say, oh, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Are you stupid? You didn't know the French were going to come after you?
Okay, that's what happened to Krumah, right? So he knew that's why he jumped in and got killed. He was about to get killed by your people. So he knew the game. No, Louis. So he knew the game, right? He got in, and your people were trying to bomb him. So he was an idiot.
The French.
So he was an idiot because how many attempt you try? Your people try to Krumah. How many time your people tried to kill Krumah? It wasn't the French. Your people tried to kill him. So he was an idiot. So he was an idiot. No. So he was an idiot, right? So Krumah was an idiot.
We talking
man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. How many times they try to kill him, though?
You chose the French.
How many times they try to kill him?
You chose the French.
So we chose the French. So we chose the French. So we chose the French. So you chose the British. No, man, ass kissing ass. The Ghana chose the British. So Ghana chose the British. So no. So that's what you're telling me? Ghana chose the British. So Ghana chose the British. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
No, fuck you and your
man. Man, go jerk off, man. Be quiet. Did Ghana chose the British?
Burkina Faso,
get out of here, man.
Fuck you,
man. Yeah, you too, man.
Saint what's his name?
Louis, yeah.
Saint Louis. What do you mean by someone choose?
That's what I'm asking him.
What does that mean?
Can I have a civilized conversation with
man? You're not civilized. You're a savage, man. Get out of here, bro.
Let him intelligently explain himself.
He can't explain anything.
What do you mean by you chose your colonial master? What does that mean?
During the independence movement, the majority of the people in Burkina Faso went on the side of the French they chose to be under the French. All the French speaking
but were they colonized by France?
Yes, they were colonized, and they had a choice. And they decided, because it was the Marshall Plan, under the Marshall Plan, they insisted that the colonial countries that were ready should go independent. That's how India got in. Okay?
So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm speaking to Delroy.
You're talking about my country that you don't know about.
Hold on a second. Because I'm wondering.
But that doesn't matter. I corrected you so many times about Burkina Faso. Therefore, you don't know anything. How many times did I correct you?
But what I'm saying, from one master to the next master, what is the difference? I don't get it.
Right. Thank you very much. The point I'm trying to say is that we know how the French get down. That's what I said at the beginning. Okay.
Okay, but the English is the same master. I don't understand.
All right, hear me out, Delroy. How long has it been since the AES took charge, or in fact, Traore? And why has he not allowed opposition? He's now killed off opposition, and you.
Oh my goodness!
No. We're not going to get into that part.
Delroy, I told you these guys going to take us on a rabbit hole. Did not tell you that.
From one master to the next master.
Delroy, hear me out, Delroy. Did it not tell you this guy was going to do this?
I'm speaking.
This guy's going to take. But you're not above me, man. Shut up. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. You don't know anything. How many times did I correct you? How many times did you stand corrected before me? You don't know anything. You say you're older than me. First of all, Delroy, he came on here, right? No. Dadis, can you allow me to speak, right?
No,
first time, right? He was. You know what happened, Delroy? One day. One day, Dennis, he spoke about.
No. Say, James, technically, you guys keep interrupting Louis. He has 2 minutes. Just don't interrupt him.
All right, let him finish speak.
We cannot turn around, Delroy, Okay, every time we as a bloc in Africa or as black people, we make rules to move forward in a certain way. Okay, and then someone deliberately breaks the rule and then expect everybody else to listen to what they say. You can't keep slagging off ECOWAS if you make ECOWAS weak. By doing this coup, you've made it weak. So make it strong. Go to the public, get legitimacy, and come back and run your thing through the politics. You cannot do it by the barrel of the gun, Delroy. That's what I'm saying. We can't move forward with the barrel of the gun. We've got to make our mind a certain things, a certain for our people, a certain time, and move forward. You cannot do an AES, okay, and then expect everybody else to play by the rules. We could make ECOWAS stronger. Let's make ECOWAS stronger and kick out the French at the ECOWAS. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, can I respond? Can I respond, please?
No, let me see. He was talking to me, so I'll respond to him, right? So the people.
I mean, we can stay on if Diners, when Diners close.
Let me finish.
Stay on.
Hold on a second. Let me finish. The people.
See, you can stay on after Diners if you want.
Let me finish. The people chose. They chose to go with what the government of the Sahel is doing. The people themselves chose.
They have not.
Come on now, man.
Bruh. Come on, Delroy. Come on. You know
but they chose. Come on.
Okay,
they chose to do.
When did they choose? When did they choose?
What do you mean? When did they choose? They accepted. They accepted them.
When was the election?
They accepted the Sahel leaders, and they accepted what they're doing.
Delroy,
they accepted what they're doing.
They are under duress, brother. They are under the gun.
No, they're not. Come on now.
No.
They just had 250 African Americans are in Burkina Faso this week. Right?
They left yesterday.
Get their residency.
They left
you know what I'm saying?
They left yesterday. Let me address this comeback. This comeback over here, man. Listen. You see, Delroy, in our community, right, in West Africa, the minute you start talking about things that they can accomplish, they get jealous. I don't want to use the word. It's a strong word. It's a level of jealousy going on. Let me tell you something. You are a smart guy. You live in America. You see the level of popularity Traore has. If he stand election today, who's gonna get elected?
They love him.
So you see that? No, man. You said I interrupted you. You said I interrupted you. You said I interrupted you. Why don't you be quiet though? Why don't you be quiet? Why don't you be quiet? Be quiet and listen. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn something. Why don't you be quiet and learn something? You never learn something. No. You're gonna learn something. You old, but you have no knowledge. You have no knowledge. You don't know the region. You over here. You left Ghana. How old were you? You were kicked out of Ghana because you tried to kill Kruma. You know, and they kicked you out. Man, you don't even have no credit to speak on here, man. Okay, man, shut up, man. Donis, why don't you mute him? Why don't you mute him? But like you muted us. Mute him, man.
Luis.
Why don't you mute him? Why don't you let him?
Luis, when was the last time you were in Africa? When did you visit your country?
50 years ago.
I haven't been there.
50 years ago.
I haven't been there for now.
Since that white boy kicked you out, you never went back. Said really kicked you out.
See, his family tried to kill Kruma, man.
Huh? Who killed Nkrumah?
Your family, your family, bro. Man, we know who you are, bro. We know who you are. Man, I'm sticking to it. If you let me speak, I'm sticking to it. If you let me speak, I'll speak on it.
When is Traore gonna do the
election? Man, let me speak on it then. When is the Traore you ask a question, let me speak on it then. Let me speak on it. Let me speak on it. Okay, you talking about election, right? So do you respect the election that just took place in Ivory Coast? Is that an election? He's an ECOWAS member. No. He's an okay, bro.
I'm talking about Burkina Faso.
Okay, you see? No. Let me tell you. You're talking about our block. When you talk about my country, you're talking about the AES. No.
I'm talking about Burkina Faso.
That's fine. No. I get to Burkina. That's not difficult for me. I'm gonna help you understand. You guys are part of ECOWAS, right? You are making your stand coming from an ECOWAS nation.
Yep.
Is that correct? In your own block, you guys are having those kind of election for your own group. You should talk about it, right?
Drama. Africa election was not.
Ivory Coast election. It was even the election in Benin. Even the election in Benin. You can check it out. He excluded. He excluded. You know. How you gonna? When you gonna let me finish? I thought you said you wanna. You asked the question. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, get to Burkina Faso.
So in your own home. So in your own home, right? Which is ECOWAS. You guys are having problems. You say we can. We should. No, man. I get you, Louis. You talk about. You mentioned ECOWAS. Let me address ECOWAS in our.
Louis, let the man finish. Let the man finish because you was.
I'm gonna address ECOWAS and then go to Burkina Faso. I'm gonna land my plane on Burkina Faso. I'm gonna give you that.
Do you have a
so
runway?
You see,
okay. Do you have a runway? You have one? You got a runway like that?
Oh no, we have nothing.
Airport. You have a runway like that?
Okay, CD. Let me ask him a question because the way he speak, right? You see the way he speak, right? Let me checkmate him. Do you know you guys have to use our airspace when you go to Europe? You know that?
When you gonna do election?
Okay, you know that, right? You know that? You know you gotta use our airspace to go to Europe, right? You know that, right?
This guy don't even go back home. He never visited Africa. Forget about him.
Shut up, CD. You too poor. You don't know that.
He's living somewhere in England. You know.
Listen. If the Sahel, Louis, if the Sahel close the airspace, if the Sahel, Mali, Burkina, and Niger, if we close our airspace. You know how much we're going to affect air traffic? Do you know that?
Election?
Okay, I'm getting to it.
So when you going to do the election? Tell us.
You have election in your home?
We don't want no election, bro. We don't want no election.
You shut down your opposition.
No.
Louis,
listen.
Louis, we don't want an election. Jamaicans don't want an election in Burkina Faso. We don't want an election.
Why not? Why not?
Because we believe in what Traore is doing. When it's time for election, then
when
yes.
When they were finished.
Okay. When it's time for election, yes. But not now. We don't want no election.
I mean, Louis, look at Ukraine. Look at Ukraine. Louis, is that any election in Ukraine?
No. I wasn't finished though. He kept interrupting me. He kept. Why you want to talk? Because no one learns from you. No one learns from you, honestly.
You will learn if you listen.
No, Louis. No one learns from you when you come on here. No one learns from you. No one learns from you. You said, right? You said, no. You said you're old enough to know the reason. But every time you come here, I correct you. How about that?
It's a quick statement to Delroy.
No. Hold on, St. James. What are you saying?
Right, Delroy, hear me out. Hear me out. As someone from West Africa, looking at our history and how our people are. You cannot give the French an excuse to come in. If you don't do election soon, you're gonna give this French an excuse to come in.
Why an excuse to come in? Why an excuse to come in?
They're not honest. They're not honest.
Why do you think like this, Louis?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Come on, bro.
Who's gonna come in?
So you're gonna have election and become a puppet to the West. So you okay? So no, Africa. It makes sense. He's telling you, right? Let's do an election so you can go kiss the French ass. That's what he's telling us. That's the deal he wants us to have.
You don't have to.
So that's what he's saying. No, that's what you're saying.
You don't have to.
So you can say ass for a minute. So the minute we say we don't want to do that, you get mad. Have an election. What does that mean?
It means you get legitimacy from the people, and everybody.
Okay, but the people already give them legitimacy.
Okay,
what's your problem?
And get it.
What's your problem? Because the process is different than what you have in your country. We are not legitimate.
No, it's not.
Okay, no. I'm asking you. So the white man say you gotta put a ballot. You gotta use a ballot to elect the president. Now it makes you legitimate by doing that.
Support the channel.
But not only that, Louis, let me ask you a question. Did we have an election when we were building pyramids and everybody else was living in caves?
No, we had kingship rule, which I like. Actually.
Okay, so why you down on this election then?
Because that was then. This is now.
Okay, well
your now is not everybody's now.
Is what white people created.
Your now is not everybody's now, Louis. Your now is not everybody's now. So we cannot go. We can see the problem of African, right? You want to go at the same space as everybody else. We pick our space and we accomplish what we needed to do. Let me ask you a question. Do you know when the French, right? You talking about the French? Let me tell you. Did you know when the French became a democracy?
I know.
You have an idea? No, I'm asking you. You live in Europe.
Bro.
You live in Europe, sir. You live in Europe. You say you're smart. You are intelligent. I'm asking you, when did the French become a democracy? Tell me when.
Listen, the French Revolution is all you need to know. I'm not going to say.
Oh no, say that wrong. You see, he has no dates. He says he said Ghana know French more than we do.
Listen,
I'm gonna dog walk this guy. He knows nothing.
No, you
know
nothing.
You don't
know nothing. You don't know
give the date then.
Like I do. I'm
give the dates.
Far more than you.
Give the dates.
2026.
Man, give the date though.
History, bro.
You don't have. You can make a mistake on a date. Give us an estimate. So I can just give me an estimate though.
Tell me why.
Give me an estimate.
Close down all the opposition parties.
Man, get the fuck, bro. You don't know anything.
Right.
The French was the monarchy for until when?
Delroy, are you there?
Yeah.
Brother Delroy, you there?
Yes.
Right. Listen to me, brother. I understand all that.
No, man. Delroy. So you see, I ask him questions. He run to you. He can't answer me. When I ask him a question, he run to you because he has no knowledge. He's not knowledgeable. You're not knowledgeable, sir.
Well, you're not learning nothing from knowledge.
No. I'm learning nothing from you. Every time you come on down there, you lie. You lie.
Hey, my friend, listen
you remember when he said that? He came on here. I wasn't here, right? You know what he said? He said, no, Kwame Nkrumah came to Burkina Faso, after Volta at that time, right? And he wanted to unite the country, and Burkina Faso said no. I couldn't call that day. I came on here, I challenged him. He couldn't even say anything. He could not, because he thought I didn't know.
My friend, stick to the subject, okay?
No, you're a liar.
Stick to the subject.
You're a liar, Louis. You're a liar.
Let's stick to the subject. When are you going to do elections, bro?
I wanted to respond, right, but you're not gonna like the answer, so I'm gonna skip it.
Now we got a dictatorship.
Okay,
and
we love it, and we love it, and we love our dictatorship. That's you see the problem between me and you. The problem between me and you
that goes round and round in circles under dictatorship.
You see
how it starts.
You see that dictator that you're talking about, right? He's praised all over the world. You see, that's to tell you something. Your smart ass can understand that. I get it. You are so little. So in your mind, you can't fathom somebody coming from the Sahel being that big to other people's eyes. You are jealous, and you are here showing that to us. So I can't address you. You are fucking jealous. So a dictator is praised all over the world. So you can't. So it's new to you. It's new to you. It's new to you. You're fucking jealous. That's what I'm saying. You're jealous, motherfucker. So that's what it is. You are.
Jealous of what?
You're fucking. I don't know. Go back home. You've been there for 50 years. You don't know? Go back home. So you're a fucking loser. You're fucking sitting in a fucking country in England and you can't even go home. Calling people dictators. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I know you don't like
man, Pastor, what do you think? You think who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are listen, you sat here, right? The problem, I'm here listening to you, right? You never
listen, I'm gonna go back to my time.
No,
fuck out of here, man. Fucking hater.